My name is Jason. I'm with Dot Marketing. Today we'll be covering the importance of an effective website and giving some tips on how you can make your website more effective for customers and potential customers. You can see all of the remaining Elevate trainings coming up on their Facebook page, Elevate Rapid City. I believe there's 3 more through the end of the week. You can also see the replay of any of the trainings that you have missed on the Elevate Rapid City YouTube channel as well. A little bit about who we are presenting to you today.
Hi, everyone. My name is Angela Wolter. I'm the owner of Dot Marketing. I have over 25 years experience in marketing and advertising. My educational background is graphic design and physical science. And my main duty at Dot is I look for businesses that our amazing team, can help grow through our digital marketing efforts. So I look forward to sharing some of my knowledge with you today.
And I am Jason Silver. I am the project manager with Dot. I bring over 20 years of experience working for various size companies, handling marketing and design. I also have a graphic design degree, and at Dot, besides dealing with the customer to make sure their project gets through production in a timely manner and accurately, I also help out in social media, email marketing, content writing, and graphic design.
And I'm Chuck Williams. I'm the technical coordinator. I basically handle a lot of the technical mumbo jumbo that goes along with maintaining the server, maintaining the websites, help build the websites, and do the data analysis and stuff to make sure that the websites are performing well on search engines like Google and everywhere else on the web.
I am Danielle Summers. I'm a graphic artist. I do basically all of the visuals. I graduated from the University of Georgia in 2015, and I've been a graphic designer ever since.
So today, our agenda is we're going to discuss why having a website is important for your business. There's a lot of options out there. What makes the website special? Should you build your own website, or should you hire a professional to build it for you? If you do decide to go down the path of building your own website, which software should you use? And then 5 ways to create an effective website.
So why is a website important for your business anyway? Well, to us, it's the backbone of your online presence. Can you guys hear me fine? Yeah?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Never know with these things, so I have to double check. So it's the backbone of your online presence. It gets you found more on Google if you have a website. I mean, you can be there on Google without a website, but that doesn't really work very well. It adds credibility and professionalism. A website's the start of a cost-effective marketing solution. A website can increase your customer reach, like think social media and email marketing. It can assist with bringing your website with leads and orders that go through your website. So they all kind of work together. So should you build your own website, or should you hire a professional? Here's some things to think about maybe is, like, how long will it take you to build a website? Like, how much time do you have to invest in this thing? And does it look professional enough? So if we build a professional website with design and the technical stuff, and like an average small business in Rapid City website, probably takes us 20-25 hours. So to give you some sense of how long this website could take you. Who will keep up with the continual maintenance on your site? Who will host your website? Some of these web builders, they'll host your website and everything's kind of built in there. And some you'll have to like update plugins or software. Some you'll host with like millions of other websites, or maybe you'll use a company like us that you're just hosting with other sites that we build. So your performance of your website might be at a little better level. A lot of website builders, there's limited integrations with third-party plugins or limited customization. So if your main goal with this website is to maybe start small, do it yourself, and then eventually like make this website make you some money and you want to grow and do something else, maybe start with WordPress, because it's kind of an exception to the rule, I feel, with these web builders. We could take something like a WordPress you did and we can transfer it over. So some of the work already got done. Will your website get found on places like Google? Did you work the metadata? Did you put schema markups? How's that user experience? If you're kind of unsure what I'm saying there, it could be a good idea to hire a professional sometime through the process to make sure that site's getting found. And then if things aren't working right, who do you call? Like if you're getting spam, if you got malware on your website, who are you supposed to call? Like at our office, we call Chuck and he helps us with those things. So what if you want to build your own website? So here's the things here. These are the websites that we run into the most often. Shopify, WordPress, and that is software that we use. Over a third of all websites globally are run on WordPress right now. And WordPress has really been popular for a while. I think I switched over to start building WordPress sites in 2011. So, and then there's Weebly, Squarespace, Wix, and GoDaddy Website Builder. So some options for you.
All right, so now that you've decided you were going to build a website, you decided whether to hire a professional or do it yourself. This is 5 ways to create an effective website. We'll be covering user experience, optimized content, visual appeal, conversions, and online visibility. First up, user experience. This is probably one of the most important in my mind because I'm a visual person. If a site can't be easily navigated, users will go somewhere else. Before we ever start putting content or images to a website, we develop a plan of how the site is going to function, what the menu structure is going to look like, so that we develop an intuitive, simple, and easy to navigate website for customers. And we want this targeted toward your customer, not just any person using it, because every target customer functions a little different, whether they're a 20-year-old looking for a first car or someone in their 50s looking for a new home. Every person's going to buy differently. When we do design your site, it needs to function on every type of platform. Even if people don't make the purchase or decide off of the platform that you think they're using, they may be doing research on everything. So we need to make sure that your website looks good and functions well on a desktop computer, a laptop computer, a tablet, whether it's a horizontal or vertical orientation, and a mobile phone. And then as we dig in, a website can look pretty, but if there's no content, you're going to lose your customers. Customers are coming looking for clear, compelling, and concise messaging. If you do not develop the content to include key phrases, keywords, and give people the answers to the questions they want to educate them, you're going to lose them. It's kind of like investing in a car, but forgetting to buy the engine. So when we work with our clients, one of the key foundations is working with them to develop content that's well written, has clear calls to action. We want customers to engage, to make phone calls, to email you, to make a purchase. So it's search engine optimized. What is the focus of that page? What is the focus of your business? What are you trying to accomplish? And then we want all of this to match your business objectives. Is it to grow a certain vertical of your business by 10%? Is it to just purely get conversions, any kind, anywhere, anyhow? What are you trying to get with your website?
Another important aspect of design is the visual appeal. Why is it so important to a successful website? Not surprisingly, it's the very first thing your customers see. and consequently judge your company on. So it's what's going to make the biggest first impression out of anything. Why is this? According to the statistics you see here, almost all information sent to the brain is visual. And as soon as users see your website, they're starting to process it 60,000 times faster than text. And once they start processing it, it takes 2 to 5 hundredths of a second for them to judge whether your website is visually appealing or not. And as if that was not enough reason, over 46% of users say web design is the biggest factor in determining a company's credibility. When your design is successful, it can improve your brand equity, average session duration, bounce rate, and most importantly, conversion rate.
Chuck, for those that don't know, do you want to talk a little bit about what session duration and bounce rate is?
Sure. So bounce rate is basically if someone comes to your website, whether it's the home page or another page on your website, and they might stay a little bit on there, they might read through it, or they may not, they may just bounce away from it and go to a different website. That's the bounce rate. And sometimes the bounce rate can be high, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If they spent more time during the session, let's say they spent 2 or 3 minutes on the website, they may have decided to call you or go to your store or whatever it is that's on that page that's showing them how to get to you. So instead of going from page to page to page, they just left and went to another page or something, but they didn't stay on your site. But that's not a bad thing, because it could have meant they just went ahead and decided to call you, make an appointment, whatever they did. If they don't bounce, that means they went to a different part of the website. So maybe they didn't find everything they wanted. Maybe they wanted to find out a little bit more information about your company, or they wanted to explore your picture galleries or something. If it, like, say it's a hotel or cabins or something like that, they're going to want to look around at your rooms and things like that. So sites that basically have one page or have a lot of pages, but really most of the content is on one page, they'll see a higher bounce rate because people don't really need to investigate the whole website. But what we want to look at is both the bounce and the session duration, because if they were on your site for 2 seconds and then bounced, then there might be a problem with the navigation or the visual appeal of the website. They just didn't want to stay on it. So that's kind of what we have to look at there when designing a site and looking at the analytics to see how people are using it.
So how do you get a visually appealing website? Well, these 6 factors are kind of the magic formula. In the left box, everything from the font, the logo, and the colors help create the look and feel of your company, and it helps users form a general image of your brand. And in the right box, it's basically just how these elements are laid out in a way that directs users to where you want them to look, such as products. So when you have all of these 6 aspects, you have visual appeal, which leads to conversions.
And conversions is a pretty big factor. So a conversion is what takes the user of your website from just looking at your website to actually becoming a customer. So a lot of ways that happens is contact forms. So if the contact form is on your page, somebody can put in some information to contact you, and you can contact them back. Some people like call buttons so that they can just call directly from the site. Other types of user interactions, like if you sell things directly on your site, you might have a shopping cart. So people add to their cart and they'll check out. All these things are conversions. They're things that take your existing web user and turn them into a customer. And ultimately that's what we want. And we measure a lot of these through different methods, different tools such as Google Analytics. We can see what's going on with your shopping cart. We can measure how many contact form submissions you're getting. We can measure things from Google Ads. So all these different tools help us measure how effective the website is actually being as far as taking people that are coming to your site and converting them into customers. And as a business website, that should be a big focus. It's not always the primary focus, but it definitely needs to be a focus, because even if you're not, you might not be converting, but you still may be converting later on down the line. So it may take a week, it may take a month, but eventually maybe that customer will come back. So we constantly analyze that with a lot of different tools. So definitely keep an eye on conversions.
And last is visibility. So you built this website, you've done all this work and time and money potentially into it. And so now you want to see your website rise to the next level. You want it to be found, and you want it to be found hopefully on the first page of Google or Bing or where people are searching. In order to do that, one of the key factors is quality traffic. You want people going to your website and engaging with it, spending time on it, doing those types of things. One plan to help get that traffic is with a digital marketing strategy. In a digital marketing strategy, some things that you might be doing are digital ads. This could include on Google or Bing. It could be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, depending on where your target market is. Search engine optimization, otherwise referred to as SEO. Some of the things that were mentioned in Angela and Chuck's are some of the things we do in SEO for our clients on the back end or on the functionality side. Maybe we need to include more call to actions to try and help improve the organic performance. This is, getting it in the top 10 on first page, those types of things. Focusing on your listings, doing those types of things. Your Google My Business listing is a big one for local search. Social media marketing. This would be focusing on your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your Twitter page, wherever you're trying to reach people socially, staying active, perhaps buying visibility on those things to reach a new audience. Email marketing. You already know who some of your customers are. They're already loyal to you. Communicating with them. This can be one of the most effective ways to take advantage of people who are already loyal to your brand. And there's many more depending on your industry or who your target market is. But one of the biggest things with visibility is knowing who your target market is. So when you develop a digital marketing strategy, you know who you're targeting and where they're at. When we look at search engine visibility, a lot goes into this. Some of the primary ones, when we know Google has the lion's share of the market, is Google Ads. These can be text ads, visual ads, shopping ads, depending on your type of business. Your local Google My Business listing. This perhaps is almost as important as your website. So if you haven't already claimed your Google My Business listing, and if you have not gone in and completed all the information in there, you're not updating it weekly, you're probably falling behind there on local search. Reviews are a big part of that as well. Organic positioning, and this is what we talked about. Once a website's registered with search engines, your sitemap is submitted. This is what we try and control with search engine optimization to improve your organic positioning. And then on social media visibility, there's a few ways you can increase your social media visibility. One would be advocacy marketing. This would be going out, getting, whether you want to call them influencers, brand ambassadors, whatever you want to call them, you're essentially giving people free stuff, discounts, whatever it is to promote your brand to their following. You're targeting people that have thousands of followers and believe that these people walk on water in some ways and will do what they say. Pay to promote. So if you've been doing Facebook stuff, you perhaps have seen like the boost button. You can do this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but pay to promote helps you target in on a specific target audience that you've identified, whether it's location, age, interest, things like that. You can target a specific demographic more accurately. Employee advocacy, getting employees to buy in, to share what you're posting. Things like job postings, culture things. You know, if you post from an employee picnic pictures, you know, your employees might share that and how much fun they have working for you. And then great content. It all comes back to content. You know, the search engines, the social media platforms, they all are geared towards good content. And even though you produce good content, you need that traffic. If you produce good content and no one's going to the page, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or your website, the search engines aren't going to reward you. You need that quality traffic that's engaging with your good content. And if you're not producing good, great content, no one's going to want to be there engaging with you. So take the time, you know, educate people, give them the wow factor that they want to stay there, they want to share it, they want to engage, and you'll be off and running on a more successful website. All right, covered quite a bit there. Is there any questions?
I just wanted to add one thing is when you were kind of talking about search engine stuff and everyone's kind of trying to get to the first page of Google with their website, and I just want to point out, like, the reason we all want to do that is that's probably the #1 most ranking signal for Google is website traffic. So if you're getting frustrated with why you're not getting to the first page of Google, it's overall about getting that traffic. And everything we've talked about today is ways to help you get your website to get more traffic in the long run, just by making it an awesome website. So.
Good point. Any other questions, or Chuck, anything else from you?
Yeah, I just wanted to add another thing to that, is the fact that if you have a new website, you're not going to get millions of people hitting your website on day one. It's going to take a little time before Google is going to trust you. It's going to take a little time before they're even going to know you exist. So have a little patience, keep marketing and keep doing what you can. It'll come, but it's not going to be instant. The day you launch, you're going to have tons of new customers. It does take a little time, and it does take a little work and a little bit of maintenance. So just keep doing what you need to do to create content and to match your customers' needs, and it'll come.
Anything else for you, Danielle?
No.
No?
No.
All right. Well, we're coming to the end here. Thanks again for tuning in to our presentation on an effective website and what it takes to develop one. Certainly if you missed it, or if you know any friends that would love to see this, this will be up later on the Elevate Rapid City YouTube channel. And again, check the Elevate Rapid City Facebook page for the upcoming trainings they have through the rest of this week. And thanks for taking the time to join us.